Good morning, guys. Keith at Crypto Bullseye, and today I'm bringing you Raydium. So if you remember what the Raydium chart looked like 2 weeks ago, we were monitoring it and we were looking for two things as leading indicators that we were going to get a surge on Raydium. This was the first one, the golden cross. This was the second one, the break of the diagonal. We got those two in the last video, and on the back of that, this is what price has done. So, question on everyone's mind is it too late to get into Raydium? And Raydium's currently trading at $5.05. This is a tough chart, guys. Raydium's pumping right now. So is it a good time for an entry? It's not a good time for an entry here. It's not a good time for an entry here. It's not a good time for an entry here. It's not a good time for an entry here. If you did get entries there and we pulled back, you'd be in a loss straight away. So what I'm looking for now is a pullback entry. I'm looking for a pullback entry. Unfortunately, I can't get in a pullback entry up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Fibonacci extension tools to predict exactly where we might top out on this before we get a pullback. And then when we do get a pullback, how far we're likely to pull back. So first thing I'm going to do, guys, is put on the Fibonacci extension tool. And one thing to mention, this chart is a hell of a lot harder than what it was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we had these opportunities, golden cross, break of trend. We've seen these early signals. We've seen those early signals. And on the back of that, there's a 2.5x within a couple of weeks. So this is more difficult now, guys. It's more difficult. How am I going to play this? Let's stick the fib tool on there. So we're going from the swing low to the previous swing high, and then back to the next swing low. The Fibonacci retracement tool is going to be a lot more difficult. We need a couple of measures to be met before we can actually add the Fibonacci retracement tool on there. I'm going to show you why. So the next level that we've got for the extensions, the 1618. The 1618 on Raydium is sat at $5.22. So this is an area where I'm going to expect some kind of reaction when price gets there. How do you know what kind of reaction, and how do you know that you're going to get a reaction at that level? What clues can you see? First clue might be a candle that goes up, and then a candle that gets pushed back down, showing that the bears have got some kind of control at this level here, indicating by the wick and the rejection back into the 61618. So that's going to be the first clue. You might get something like an indecision candle, like a doji that looks like this. That'd be the second clue. So these are the couple of clues that I'm going to be looking for in the market to say that we've topped out. And why is it important to look for those clues? Because we can't add a retracement tool on there. We can't add a retracement tool on there until we've topped out, until we know that we've got a high probability that we've topped out. So we'll stick that on here, get rid of the extension. Then I'm going to add a retracement, but this is going to be hypothetical, guys. I'm going to add a retracement, and we need to know that this is going to be topped out. So if we put a retracement on there from price, from the swing low to where price is sitting now, can we see any kind of levels? If we stick it to the 1618, can we see any levels? First one that you can see here, guys, from where price action is now, it's currently being $5.07. It's currently having a bit of a reaction at $5.07. We can monitor this candle at the end of the day, and then we can look for the pullback. So if we got a pullback from where price is now, and if this was the top here, can you see any levels on the Fibonacci that you would expect to hold? What about this, guys? Why is that such an important level? It took us once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then broke through on the 5th time. That's significant, guys. That's acted as resistance previously. You would expect that to flip support going forward. So you've got previous resistance. You've got a 382. If this is the top, you've got a 382. You've got a pullback. This is going to be your first area, and that's going to be sitting at $3.59. So $3.59 if it's a shallow pullback and if we've topped out here. So it is a case of monitoring it, guys. Next thing I want to show you is the Bitcoin dominance. Why is this important? We've been monitoring this for such a long time, and I've been waiting for this big candle to the downside. We've been waiting for a rejection. And I said in yesterday's videos that this was a macro strong resistance going back nearly 3 years. So we got the rejection that we wanted on the dominance, and that means altcoins can run, altcoins can outperform Bitcoin, and that's what's happening today. So it's a case of monitoring, waiting to see what happens. Where are we going to top out on the Raydium chart? And then we can monitor to see how far that we can pull back. I'll be doing a video and update on Casper later on today, guys. So subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. Join our Discord group completely free. I'll leave a link in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.